Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing another story time, and this story time will be about my college roommate experience. It was horrible and we're just going to get into it. So I'm not going to waste time today. I'm just going to jump right into it. So this story takes place when I was a sophomore at North Carolina Central University. I don't really know why I decided to move off campus, because I could have stayed on campus. I was only a sophomore, but I guess I was just tired of sharing everything, like sharing a bathroom. Like, I was used to having my own space. I grew up being the only girl in the household besides my mom, and I had two brothers, so I didn't have to share anything. Like, when it came to bathrooms, I had a bathroom in my room. I had my own room. Like, it was a transition from this to that. And when I came in as a freshman, my best friend from back home at the time, like, she was my roommate. We both went to the same college. So, that's different. That's your friend. But then when I moved in with a random girl, it was fine, but it wasn't a vibe for me. I wanted my own space. So, yeah, I decided to move off campus. And I moved off campus, but I moved into an apartment complex that was associated with the campus. So it was kind of still the college experience in a way, because all of the people I would be rooming with in my head would be other students at my university, since you claim to be associated with the university, But yeah, we're going to get into all that. So, I did the application for the apartment complex. I got accepted. They gave me a move-in date, which was January, and I took over someone's lease. So they moved out in December, and I moved in January. So, it was no issue. And I actually, the way it was set up at those apartments, it would be 3 bedrooms or it would be 2 bedrooms. I moved into a 3-bedroom, and all of the 3 bedrooms had a bathroom inside of the room, and you would have 2 other roommates, and y'all would share the common area and the kitchen and stuff, and the laundry room and stuff like that. But you would have your own bedroom, and you had a bathroom inside of your room and like a full walk-in closet. And the rent was only like $525, $535. Like, that was a steal. And y'all, and electricity was included. It was included up to a certain amount. Like, each person had a cap of 25, I think. So, like, say, because it was 3 of us, say our electric bill was $70. That would be okay, because they covered up to $75 for the apartment, because it was $25 per person. I think 25 was the number. But either way, like, say we went over and we spent $80 in electricity, we would only have to pay that balance, which would be $5. So really, electricity was not an issue. Internet was included. They had a shuttle that would take you back and forth to campus if you didn't have a car. So that was good too. I had a car, but that's just a good amenity to have. And yeah, so it sounded like a steal to me, even though people told me, don't move out there, don't do that. I still went. Like, I'm the type of person, like, I just have to see for myself, because people will have their own experience and try to make you feel like the whole operation is negative when it might have been just one thing. And just go see for yourself. That's how I am. But in this situation, I should have took their advice. But yeah. So I did the application or whatever. I got accepted. I moved in. But before I moved in, y'all, I texted the 2 other girls that were in the apartment, because the leasing agent actually gave me their phone number, or one of the girls' phone numbers. And they were like, this is going to be one of your roommates if you want to reach out to them. So I reached out to them, and I actually have receipts that I will put on the screen, whichever way. I'm going to be reading them from my laptop, because I'm using my phone to record. But hold on, give me a second. I said, hey, my name is Quenisha, and I'll be moving in on Friday. I didn't want to just pop up unannounced, LOL. She said, hi, Quenisha, this is blank. I'm going to give her the name of, we're going to give roommate A, we're going to give her the name of Marie. Marie. And you know, I actually had some notes too. Hold on. My little note. Hey, I'm back. So I actually have a little note card that I was working on while I was at work, because I was thinking about this story time, and I was like, let me plan this out, because I don't want to miss anything, and I still may miss something, but I'm going to try my best not to. So, the first roommate, we're going to call her Marissa. Should I still use that name? We're going to call her Marie, because that fits her. And then roommate B, we're going to call her, I didn't name her. We're going to name her Julie. So, we have roommate A, which is Marie, and we have roommate B, which is Julie. Okay. So, I texted Marie, roommate A, and I said, hey, my name is Quenisha, and I'll be moving in on Friday. I didn't want to just pop up unannounced, LOL. She said, hi, Quenisha, this is Marie. I'm in room C. Okay? Room C. She said, thanks for letting me know. Welcome. I said, no problem. And do you have the other roommate's number? She said, yes, I'll have to find it, da-da-da-da-da. So, you know, I came in, good energy. I let her know, like, hey, you know, I didn't want to just pop up unannounced at your apartment that you've been living in. Just, you know, just letting you know I will be moving in. So, you know, just letting them guys know that. So, let's see what's next. So, yeah, when I moved in, I didn't see my roommates. Oh, well, I don't know why my thing just went out. But I didn't see my roommates for a long time, because roommate B, which is Julie, she was in law school. So she was in law school, and roommate A was roommate B was in law school. Should I give them names? Because I feel like I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to give them names. Okay. So, yeah. So, on my first day moving in, on the move-in day, I moved in. Everything was good. The guy I was talking to at the time kind of helped me move in. You know, it was good vibes. I didn't see my roommates for, like, the whole first week that I was there. Because roommate B was in law school, and roommate A was in an art school. And that kind of made me upset, because I didn't know that people outside of my school could stay there. So I'm staying with a grown woman, because roommate A was like, I think roommate A was like 24, y'all. And I was like 18, 19 at the time. I think I had just turned 19. I was 19 at the time, staying with a 24-year-old. Like, that's weird. And I feel like if you don't go to that school, you really shouldn't be staying at this apartment complex, because it's really meant for students at that school. But, you know, that wasn't my business, but I did feel a little uncomfortable with that. They didn't let me know that she wasn't a student. And roommate B, she did go to my school. She was just in grad school, law school. So, you know, that wasn't an issue with me. But just to let you guys know, I was the youngest. So, I was 19. One girl's in grad school. So, I know she was probably like at least like 22, 23. And then you have 24-year-old art school woman staying in a campus apartment. Like, okay. But yeah, so yeah, everything was smooth sailing until about 2 weeks maybe into it. Mind you, I really didn't see them that much, which was fine with me, because I wasn't really planning on being like buddy with them. And y'all, just to put it out there, roommate A was a Caucasian woman, and roommate B was a Hispanic woman, I think. And they both like were totally opposite from me, like totally opposite. Like, even the way they lived was like totally opposite from me. You know, I have nothing against them, but I'm just saying, like, they were just totally opposite. So we weren't in the same type of, and they were way older, so we weren't in the same like type of mind frame. So we never really hung out. We never really seen each other until like 2 weeks into the stay or whatever. I get a message. Let's go to the messages. This was January the 13th. I moved in on like January the 2nd, I think. So yeah, like this was very early on that the BS started. She said, hey, can we please leave the air? This is roommate A. She said, hey, can we please leave the air conditioning off? It's 27 degrees outside. There's no reason why the air conditioning should be on. It gets very cold in here when it is. Please leave the heat on at least 70. If anyone is hot, open your window or get a fan. Thanks. Now, y'all, it kind of was my fault in this situation. You know, I did go in there and I turned on the air for a little bit and I ended up going to sleep. But y'all, okay, I turned the air on 74 or 75, I think, because the heat was on. And I'm telling you, it was so hot that it was suffocating in my room. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I was suffocating in the room. It was hot. So I responded and I said, I understand where you're coming from, but there's no reason I should be waking up sweating either. 70 degrees is hot and I have a fan in my room and the window is cracked. I didn't mean to leave it on. I just fell asleep, but I can't deal with 70 degrees. And that's just that. I'm sorry, but we either going to leave the heat off or just not turn it on at all. Like, okay, I feel like when it's the heat, when it's the winter time, you really don't have to have the heat on at nighttime because it gets hot. And when I tell y'all it was so hot, like she had the heat on 75. That was too hot. So she said, yes, I understand. No one should be sweating, but maybe the window should be open more. Then we could get a fan, da-da-da-da. So we talked that out. It was fine. But I think that they really held it against me. So, y'all, the second thing that happened. So the next thing that happened, I had went and decided that I was going to get a dog. And with my dog, I went and got the dog from Charlotte, which is about 2 hours away. And I live about 2 hours away from the city I was staying in, which is Durham. So I went and bought the dog, came back to my apartment, and I was planning on taking the dog back to my hometown. Not the weekend that was coming up, but the weekend after. So I went and bought a dog. I knew that we weren't supposed to have dogs in the apartment. It was a little puppy. It was Queenie. She's really small, but it was a little puppy. And I decided that I'm going to take the risk of getting fined so that I can keep my dog here for at least 2 weeks. And then I'll take her back to my hometown where she can stay with my parents until I'm able to get in a predicament where I can actually like keep her full time. So I decided I was going to take that risk, and that's on me. That's my risk. No one else's. That's my risk. So, you know, one day I get a call. No, I get a text. Okay, so I had decided that I was going to go get a dog, and you know, I was going to keep the dog at the apartment for 2 weeks until I was able to take the dog back to my hometown because I was working and in school. So I wasn't able to just up and go home. I stayed like 2 hours away from my school. So it was like, no, I'm not about to get up and take my dog all the way home, then come back and go to school and work. No. So I decided that I was going to do that, not this weekend, but the weekend after that. That was my risk to take. I know if you got caught with a dog, it would be like a $400 fee, but I was not planning on getting caught because my dog was very small and she was just going to be in my room, and nobody should have a reason to be in my room. So y'all, I'm just, you know, with my dog chilling. I'm enjoying my little last moments with my dog before I got to take her back to my hometown. I just went and got her. That's my dog right there. Y'all just seen her. Look how small she is now. Imagine how small she was as a puppy. Look how small she is now. Exactly. She was like this small, literally. She's 3 years old. Exactly. So, I went and got the dog, y'all. Everything was cool. I get a text one day, and they're like, do you have a puppy? I'm like, yes, I do. What's wrong? She said, oh, well, you know we're not supposed to have dogs. I said, yeah, I'm taking her home next weekend. I know we're not supposed to have dogs, but I'm taking the risk. She was like, oh, okay, well, you have to get rid of her because I'm not trying to get fined. I said, oh, it wouldn't fall on you. It will fall on me because she's in my room and I would take responsibility for it. And so she was like, oh, okay. Well, just make sure you get that handled. And see, that made me feel like they were trying to little girl me. Because I'm younger than them, so they're like, oh, make sure you get that handled. Like, what you mean by that? Make sure I get that handled. What you mean by that? I know what to do. So, you know, fast forward, like maybe 3 or 4 days, I get a text from roommate B. Mind you, roommate A and roommate B were close. Roommate A texted me about the dog. Roommate B texted me this. I do have this message. This was January 18th. This is all in the same month. So you can see how much stuff is happening back to back to back. Like, these girls, like, well, I'm not going to say back to back to back. So roommate B also sent me a message about 4 days later. And she's like, hey, are you in your room? Mind you now, roommate A and roommate B are friends. So I know that roommate A told her that I had a puppy or whatever. And I know that she told her, like, yeah, she has to get rid of it and stuff like that. Because I know, I could already tell from their vibe that they didn't like me. Like, they were more like, oh my God, girl, what? And I was more like, hey, y'all. Like, we were the same vibe. So I wasn't their cup of tea and they weren't mine. So yeah, roommate B decided to text me. I think I said her name was Julie. She decided to text me and she said, hey, are you in your room? This was at 1:17 a.m. I was at a party. I remember this night. I said, she said, hey, are you in your room? I said, no, I will be there in about 20 minutes. Is something wrong? She said, no, I just heard your puppy and was just checking. My next question was going to be if your door was unlocked to check on her. I said, okay, was she crying? Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. It's real faint. I said, okay, was she crying? It's not unlocked, though. I'm sorry. This is the longest I've been away from her. I'm trying to get... Sorry, y'all. I can't see. So she said... Hey, I had to bring it up because I can't see. She said, hey, are you in your room? I said, no, I will be there in about 20 minutes. Is something wrong? She said, no, I just heard your puppy and was just checking. My next question was going to be if your door was unlocked to check on her. And to me, y'all, that's weird. Like, just because my dog is crying for a little while, like, she's a puppy. Of course she's crying because she hears y'all in the living room and so she wants to get out of the room. She's a puppy. But it's like, you want to go in my room. We're not cool. We're not friends. We barely talk. And you talking about, oh, I wanted to go in your room to check and see and check on her. Like, no, I really, really think that they were trying to get a picture of my dog to, like, report it. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to see why I say that in a couple minutes. So I said, okay, was she crying? It's not unlocked, though. Thank you for checking. I appreciate it, but I will be back shortly. She said, just a little, nothing bad. I just heard a whimper and thought I'd check. She really isn't making much noise. Okay, so if she's not making that much noise, then why are you so worried? You trying to go in my room. You want to go in my room for a reason. But I feel like she probably was like, oh, she probably got cameras or something, so let me not go in there unprovoked. Yeah. I was about to say something, but I'm not. Yeah. So yeah, after that, I'm just like, why are you worried about a puppy when I know for a fact that roommate A has already told you about it? And you probably like, yeah, she needs to get rid of it. So nah, I wasn't playing that. You're not about to go in my room trying to check on my puppy. You're not concerned. So yeah, that happened. And so I eventually, you know, got over that situation. And y'all, I swear to y'all, like, maybe I was taking my dog home on that Friday. I swear, maybe that Wednesday or that Thursday, I got home and there was a big sign on my door. Why did the sign say, oh, you know what? I probably had the email. And it was an email. And the email was saying, the email was like, your dog has been, you have a suspicious dog. You have to remove the dog from the property or you'll have a $400 fine and stuff. And mind you, y'all, my dog had never been out of the apartment. So it was like, the only way they could have knew I had a dog was y'all. And I knew that roommate A or roommate B or both of them went to the office and told that I had a dog out of pure spite. Like, if I have the email, I'm gonna put it up there on on the screen. So you guys will see. I just don't have time to look because I'm trying to, you know, get over this. But yeah, like that shit, ooh, that was crazy. That was crazy. I was just like, wow, like people will really do anything to, like, they'll do anything to prove their point or to get a message across, like, over my dog. Like, my dog was not doing nothing to y'all. So yeah. After that, you know, stuff kept going on, but it was like little stuff. And I did have like a guy friend, well, a guy that I was dealing with that used to come stay with me all the time. So like I said, I barely seen them. They barely seen me. So we really didn't have any issues after the puppy thing. But everything was good. The only thing I had a problem with, so yeah, what would get me will really be like the little nitpicking things. Like, we didn't have too many issues in between like the times, but the little nitpicking stuff will really get to me. Like, one day I left the house and I just ran to like the dollar store or something, and I get a text from roommate B, and roommate B says, "Hey, your TV is still on." I said, "Okay." She says, "You left, so I figured I'd tell you because that costs all of us money. If your door is unlocked, I can turn it off for you." Why do you keep offering to go in my room or wanting to go in my room? Like, girl, the answer is no. The answer was no 10 minutes ago, and the answer is no now. Like, no. No, you're not going in my room. Why do you want to go in my room so bad?
No. It was no 15 minutes ago, and it's no now. Like, every time. I understand.
So I said, "Nah, it's fine. I'm coming back soon." Like, no, girl, you're not going to my room. So yeah, that type of stuff happened. She said, "Okay, can you then not leave your TV on when not home from now on, even if you're leaving just for a few? It just adds up in the it just adds up in the electricity bill that we all split." Like, girl, like I said, y'all, there was a $25 cap for all of us, meaning $75 for the apartment. And all the times that I lived there for 8 months, I think. 8 months. And I did not have to pay over $5 during those whole 8 months in electricity. Like, I did not have to spend any money in electricity. So what are you talking about? But anyway, so yeah, like little stuff would like that would happen, and it was just so annoying because it's like, girl, you're trying to little girl somebody. Go clean up. Go clean up. And what killed me, y'all, one day roommate B decides, "Oh, I'm finally want to clean up." Mind you, y'all, I never really cooked or anything because I never felt comfortable cooking in that disgusting kitchen. Like I said, they were the type of people that would cook and leave, like, say they cook spaghetti, they would leave the spaghetti in the pot and just leave it on the stove for like a week. Like, who does that? And just eat from the pot? Like, it's spoiled, honey. It's not supposed to sit out for a week. Like, what's wrong with you? But they did stuff like that. Like, it was weird. They would cook together like all this little exotic food. It'll be stinking up the house and stuff. All types of stuff, y'all. Just stupid. I was talking to this guy, and he was staying with me like all the time. He was staying with me all the time. And, you know, it was no issue that I thought because they also had guests over. But I guess it was an issue that I had a guest over. They had guests over like at least 3-4 times a week. But I had a guest over like every night. I will say that. Every night or every other night. So, but it was the same person. So they like knew who he was. He would speak to them, all that type of stuff. And we're not even going to get on him. But that was a thing. So, one day I get a random email sent to me. I'll put the email up there because I'm pretty sure I still have it in my email. And it was basically saying that I have a unrecognized person staying in the apartment. If I have someone stay there for more than 48 hours or 24 hours, they have to sign some type of stuff, or you have to pay another month of rent, some type of stuff. But it was basically,
Hey y'all, so I'm editing the video and I realized that I missed the whole part of the story. I think it accidentally got deleted. But after I received the letter from the leasing office, I texted in the group chat and I was like, "Hey, you guys, if there was ever an issue with him staying, you guys could have just let me know that and we could have adjusted it ourselves. But now you brought it to the leasing office attention. And now it's a weird situation," which was already weird because why are you upset that someone is staying with me when you never see the person? Like,
And like I said, I knew that roommate B probably wasn't the one to tell because she was in law school and she really was never around to tell anything. She was always gone. She had stuff to do. Unlike roommate A, who was miserable and in art school, so she probably only had like one class a day. So she was always home. And I'm like, girl, why are you never gone? You're always at this daggone apartment and you're the oldest one here. Go get some business. But you know, that's besides the point. But yeah, so around the time that this was happening, this is like winding down to about the summertime, really spring, but going into summer when school is really about to get out. So roommate B, she messaged us in the group chat and basically was saying that she was going back to her hometown, and I think it was like New Jersey, over the summer, and that she wouldn't be here, so that she would like for us to, because you know we had an electricity bill that we share. She said that if we did go over the cap, that she would just like for us to split it since she wasn't here. And I said, okay, that's fine with me. I said, okay, good luck with everything. And really, that really meant that we shouldn't go over because there's 2 of us now, and it's really a cap for 3 people. But now there's only 2 of us, so you know we really shouldn't go over at all. So I said, okay, good luck with everything. Roommate A decides to text back. She said, I'm not paying for anyone's boyfriend staying and using electricity and water. If I catch him in our apartment using our stuff and I had to pay for it, I'm informing the office. I'm not paying for 3 people to live in our apartment. I refuse. So that's when I knew that roommate A was definitely the one who went and told the office that I had someone staying with me all the time. And I'm like, girl, you really are a weirdo. You're weird. This is when I started getting upset because now you messed up. I said, girl, you could have texted me personally. It's nothing for me to pay a couple extra dollars. He is moving into his own apartment next week. Like I said, he was spending like almost every night with me. So I said he's moving into his own apartment next week. He really hasn't even been here. Cause like, okay, after they sent that paper, we started limited. He would just stay with me like once or twice a week because like I said, they said that he couldn't stay every night. And it wasn't like he had to stay. He just wanted to stay. So we started limited. Like we started cutting down when he would come over like once or twice a week, like I said. So I said, he hasn't even really been here he really hasn't even been or even stayed here since as much because the office was informed. If you ever had a problem, you see me daily. Don't come in these messages acting like you tough because I've let it slide for too long. I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. Learn how to talk to people because I'm the last person you're going to keep talking to like that. Promise you that.
I said what I said.
And I meant it. So as you can see, she didn't respond, and that was just that. Because you're not about to keep running off at the mouth and think that I'm not going to say nothing to you. No, you got the wrong one. I don't know where y'all from, but where I'm from, that does not happen. We do not play like that. So